why you're losing bookings even when they love you and love your work. You've probably had this happen. A couple reaches out, they love your work, they say you're exactly what they are looking for, and then they disappear. Or they say, thank you so much, we're going to think about it. And you already know what that means when you hear it. They're gone. They're not booking. So you sit there thinking, does my work suck? Was I too expensive? Do I need to lower my prices? No, that's not what's happening here. In the last video, we talked about how to actually get leads and how to turn one wedding into a full marketing system. So let's say you did all of that. You're getting inquiries, people are finding you and they're interested and they book appointments with you. But then they don't book the actual wedding. That's not a marketing problem, that's a sales problem. And that's what we're gonna get into in this video. And I know a lot of photographers don't like that word sales, like, ugh, totally got the ick there because it feels pushy and icky and inauthentic, right? And why'd I pick up a camera just to become a salesperson? But here's the truth, you could be confident without being salesy. One of my clients told me that for the first time in a long time, she went into the call feeling confident about pricing and actually trying to sell the services without being salesy. The info were so valuable to her because otherwise she would have been second guessing her whole sales process the entire time. If you don't know how to guide someone to a decision, you'll lose bookings, even when they love you and they love your work. So before I tell you how to sell, let me get you in the right mindset. There is a mindset shift that has to take place here. Let me say something that might actually relieve you a little bit. Your photography, it's probably not the problem. I know photographers with worse photography than you, charging more than you, booked out and confident doing it. And I'm sure you've seen those photographers too. And I don't say that to insult you or the photographers that you're thinking of in your head right now. I say that because it proves something important. This is not about your talent. You don't have a photography problem. You have a sales problem. McDonald's. They sell more hamburgers than anyone on the planet, more than the fancy restaurants, more than the gourmet burger spots. And let's be honest, it's not the best hamburger anyone's ever had. So if you're sitting there thinking, I just need to get better, I need to improve my work, I need to learn flash, I need to learn natural light. No, your photography is already better than a McDonald's hamburger. Now all you have to do is do what McDonald's does right. You sell. What's happening is this. You're treating your inquiries like information exchanges or BFF parties instead of guided discussions. So your process sounds like, oh my gosh, I like you and you're waiting so much. Here's my pricing. Let me know what you think. Feel free to ask me any questions. And then you wait. That's not sales. That's hoping. It's like going to a doctor and the doctor goes, here are a few options. Let me know what you want to do. No, you're the doctor. You want the doctor to say, based on everything you told me and how I examined you, this is what I recommend. People want to be led by experts. They just don't want to be pushed. So when you lead instead of push, that's the pocket you want to be in. Let's talk about the 5 things that actually need to change here. Number 1, you need to lead the conversation. You are not there to answer all of their questions primarily. You're not there to send blanket information that could be an email. You are there in a consult call to guide them to the right decision for them. That means asking them all the right questions, understanding what they value, what pain points they have, taking what they want and what they don't want, and putting those specific elements into your pitch that you only give after you've asked all the right questions, helping them see what they actually need and how they get it from you specifically. Number 2, you need to control the next step. Most photographers end conversations with, let me know, which puts all the responsibility on the client. Instead, you need to direct what happens next. Because if there's no next clear step, there's no decision. So give them that next step. Ask them if they want to check photography off their list. Don't leave them hanging. 3rd, your pricing needs to be presented, not sent. This is a big one. When you just send a pricing guide, you remove value and context, the explanation, guidance, and You create instead confusion and price shopping. And now your pricing gets judged in a vacuum without you. Instead, pricing should be part of a conversation where you can position it, explain, and align it with what they want. Feel free to send price ranges and pre-qualify your clients, but sending a full pricing catalog alone will rarely get you the conversation you need to convert. Fourth, you need a clear recommendation. And this is where most photographers hesitate. They present the options, but they never say, here's what I recommend for you. That's the moment the trust gets built, because now you're not just a photographer, you're an expert. In that recommendation, you also need to clarify, show pricing so that's easily understood. People are stressed out by money. Math is confusing. So making sure you don't add to that stress or confusion is crucial. 5, you need confidence. Structure helps create this. Confidence is not something you magically feel. It must be practiced. Confidence comes from knowing exactly what to say, what step comes next, and knowing your pricing makes sense and is what you need to be profitable. When those things are all in place, confidence shows up. When they are not, I often find photographers develop a random stutter or an itch, or they're prone to panic filling the silence, all of which will make your couple feel really uneasy about working with you, almost like you're hiding something. Right now, a lot of photographers are basically doing, here's everything, take your time, no pressure, totally fine either way. And the client's like, great, I'll just throw you into the pile and forget you exist. If you don't fix your sales methods, you'll keep getting ghosted, second guessing your pricing, lowering your rates, feeling like clients are price shopping you, and just feeling like your photography and you ultimately aren't good enough, when really you're just not leading the process. One of my clients said, I finally feel confident saying my prices, not because we hyped her up, but because she actually understood what she was offering and how to communicate it to her leads. So when you say, my clients aren't booking, the real question is, am I actually showing them that I'm the best photographer for them? Because people don't just need information, they need leadership and expert advice. Now we've covered a lot. Your profit, your pricing, your marketing, your sales, but there's one final piece. And this piece determines whether all of this actually works long-term, how you run your business as a whole. Because even with all of this in place, if you're scattered instead of organized, reactive instead of high-level planning, and constantly working on the wrong things instead of the things that make you money, you will still get bottlenecked. So in the next video, we're going to zoom out and talk about how to actually operate like a CEO, what to focus on, how to make higher ROI decisions, and how to make more while working less. And that's where everything starts to come together. I'll see you in the next video.